Hi, this is Trey Pastor. I'm going to do a little video about the Superman and Lois, kind of an update video in a way because there's been some news. I know they dropped a mini kind of a brief kind of trailer about the upcoming season, but I didn't get a chance to react to it. But I just want to talk about the changes that we've heard. Like last season, we knew that Bruno Mannheim was coming to Superman and Lois in season 3 based on the character Diggle visiting John Henry Irons and showing him, telling him about Bruno Mannheim in Metropolis, how he's in charge of drugs, human trafficking, and all that stuff, and weapons and stuff, and that he was the person that actually killed his doppelganger from this Earth, John Henry Irons. So he's basically, I guess, going to have John Henry Irons, like maybe go undercover, investigate. Although I don't know how they're going to explain him looking exactly like his doppelganger that got killed. You know, how he's going to do that exactly, how that's going to work, I don't know. Unless he gets made up or something to look like a different person. So I don't know how that's going to work. But Chad L. Coleman has been cast as Bruno Mannheim. He is from The Walking Dead. He was the character, I forgot the character's name, but he was the one that had the sister that's on Star Trek. You know, the new Star Trek, the female black captain on the new Star Trek. She was his sister. Okay, the big guy. I forgot. And remember, he was involved with the whole, you know, those two little girls, and one little girl was just crazy, and she wound up killing her own little sister. And he was the one that was kind of him and I forgot. And Carol was, you know, monitoring them, and they were like, these little girls were completely nuts. But anyway, he's going to play Bruno Mannheim. He's a big guy, so I'm interested to see how he plays that character, Bruno Mannheim. We know from the comics Bruno Mannheim is in charge of Energang, and he gets those weapons from Darkseid and stuff. But I don't think they're going to do Darkseid. And this next person I'm going to talk about, maybe he's going to be the person that's kind of behind Intergang. Speaking of Walking Dead, they cast a new Lex Luthor. It's not going to be John Cryer. It's going to be the actor from The Walking Dead who played Abraham, and I believe the actor's name is Michael Cudlitz, who played Abraham. You know, the redhead. I think he was the first one that whacked with his back. He was the first one that got beaten to death with the baseball bat. Abraham. So he's going to be Lex Luthor, and the character description, the way they describe him, that he's been gone for a while, and he's coming back to get revenge on specifically Clark Kent and Lois Lane. So he may be the guy, and they describe it as he's to the public he's known as, you know, the businessman and all that stuff, but to the criminal in the world he's known as a ruthless psychopath. So he may be the one that's actually funding Intergang in Metropolis. So he may be that person that's behind Bruno Mannheim, that's behind him with the weapons and stuff. So I'm definitely interested, and I'm surprised they brought Lex Luthor back, but I guess maybe, you know, maybe not the uncertainty of not knowing if the show is going to continue or not. Maybe they figure we can have Lex on our show. Okay, so I look forward to him because, like I said, he's a big guy. Bruno Mannheim, the actor who plays Bruno Mannheim, is a big guy. So there should be two big, intimidating people. That's going to be, you know, the main villains on Superman and Lois season 3, and especially with the description of Lex Luthor wanting revenge against Clark Kent and Lois Lane. So that should be very interesting, and I can't wait to see Tyler Hoechlin's Superman face off against this Lex Luthor. It should be nice, and I wonder if he's going to shave his head or if he's just going to, you know, keep himself as a redhead and just wear a suit, you know, shave the beard and stuff, and just, like I say, he's a big guy, can be intimidating. So I think that's good casting and stuff for Superman and Lois season 3. And also, so I always thought that maybe Natalie, maybe they're gonna get, because you remember season 1, I think it was season 2, might have been, yeah, that John Henry Irons was going to visit this Earth's John Henry Irons. He had a sister, so I think they're going to cast that part. That's, you know, the sister of John Henry Irons. They're going to cast. I think they're going to cast her. I don't know if they mentioned the casting of her. So I'm trying to remember if they did or not. I don't know if they did or not, but we'll see. how that goes. But I imagine with him being a Metropolis, maybe that is going to happen, and maybe he's going to meet his doppelganger's sister and see how that goes. And I do wonder if Lucy Lane is going to be in season 3 or not. I don't think they mentioned that. And they also mentioned that Sam Lane is going to go back to being in charge of the military, and he's going back because I know he stepped away. But since the last guy was kind of corrupt, he feels it's his job to go back, and that way he can have Superman's back. So I think that's good to get him back in military mode. And we know they cast a different actor now to play Jonathan Kent, because the other actor, he had these mental issues, so he stepped away. So I'm definitely interested in seeing the dynamic between him and his brother, and hopefully, I know they mentioned in the last episode when they were going to visit Clark's and their grandmother, and he was talking about Clark was talking about some technology, Kryptonian technology. So I do wonder if he's gonna, maybe they'll give him a suit. Jonathan, he'll get a suit. Maybe Natalie will design a suit for him, so he can have his own suit with some maybe Kryptonian weapons, which would be cool. So that way he's not completely helpless. I think that would be cool. And I do wonder if they're going to do anything with Natalie, because now that his girlfriend, Jordan's girlfriend, I forgot her name. Now that she knows Sarah, now that Sarah knows that he has Kryptonian powers and all that stuff, and Clark is Superman and stuff, she knows that she might as well know about Natalie's not from this Earth, and that this Earth's her mother, her doppelganger was Lois. So I guess she's gonna know. I'm assuming she's gonna be in all the secrets as well, too. So, but I do wonder if they're gonna pair Natalie up with Jonathan. Maybe with the new Jonathan. I don't know if they screen tested him with Natalie, or if they're gonna give her a romantic love interest. I'm just wondering if they're gonna do that, because I thought maybe they may get close in season 2, but that wasn't the case. But I wonder with this new actor, maybe him and Natalie will get closer, and maybe, like I said, she'll build him a suit or something, and maybe there might be romantic feelings between. I do wonder if that's going to happen or not. I know technically she's sort of their sister, even though she's really not. Because her mother on that Earth was Lois Lane, and their mother on this Earth is Lois Lane. So maybe it's just too weird for them to do that, or maybe they figure the character it would be too weird for them to be involved with each other. But you never know. Stranger things happen, because technically they're not blood related. Okay, they're technically not blood related, so who knows if that may happen. But I definitely want them to give Natalie something to do besides worry about her father, especially now that he's going to be undercover in Metropolis, with and involved in the gang and stuff. So she's going to be worried about him. So I do wonder if they're going to give her something to do besides worry about her father. Like I said. So hopefully, like I said, Jordan's going to be learning his powers and all that stuff, trying to getting, I guess, trained by his grandfather and stuff. So, but I definitely want to see the dynamic between the two brothers and stuff now that they recast Jonathan. So I'm kind of hoping they give him a suit or something at least, and that Kryptonian weapons, so that way he can actually defend himself. He won't be completely helpless in a fight. So I hope that happens as well. So there's that. But I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully. I know they were saying, I saw Bobo Talks, who does a great job with all the superhero updates and all that stuff, and he was thinking that he mentioned that Next Star is supposed to just retain 3 scripted shows going forward, and I think one of them is already going to be All American. Now I don't know if that's going to be All American and All American Homecoming, because those shows are kind of. All American has a couple of years on American Homecoming, because that just started its 2nd season. I think All American is like on its 4th or 5th season. So I do wonder if it's, because they said 3 scripted shows. So I wonder if it's going to be All American, Superman and Lois. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm trying to think what other show they could do. I don't know if it'll be Walker or whatever, but I know the Next Star, they want to do reality type cheap programming and just have 3 scripted shows. So I'm kind of hoping that Superman and Lois is one of them. Okay, and maybe they'll keep All American. I'd rather if they had to get rid of one of those All American, get rid of All American Homecoming. To me, it's just super preachy and just really just repetitive to me. Okay, I'd rather stick with the original All-American. Although, like I said, that show is coming to an end. I think it should be in another season. I mean, the guy's in college now. He's going to probably eventually graduate and go to the pros, and that show should be over. So I don't know if they can squeeze 2 more seasons out of it or not. Because it's not that expensive to produce. It's just a regular drama. So it's not, and they don't have famous actors on it. So it's not that expensive to produce. Although, like I said, so Superman and Lois, unfortunately, because you got to do the special effects of Superman fighting and all that stuff and flying and all that stuff. So that show may be a little bit more expensive for for a next star may decide to axe it because of that. But hopefully, fingers crossed that they extend. That's one of the shows they decide to keep. Okay, that's all I'm praying about. But anyway, let me know what you think of this old Superman and Lois. The new changes, the new Lex Luthor that's coming on. And we, of course, got the other guy from The Walking Dead, Chad L. Coleman, who's going to be Bruno Mannheim. So we're getting 2 intimidating villains coming on. And to challenge Superman and John Henry Irons. And like I said, we got the kids are doing things as well. So hopefully, like I said, this show the writing has always been good on the show. And hopefully it gets renewed for season 4. Fingers crossed. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think of the changes. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, I have a link to my other channel called Views and Opinions. You can check that out as well. Also, I have a link down below to my Patreon. I want to say a special thank you to my Patreon. For always having my back. And again, on my Patreon, which is only $5 a month, I have tons of Marvel TV shows, DC TV shows. I'm having movies on there as well. I have a bunch of movies on there as well. So I'm putting movie reactions on my channel as well. So following down below to my Patreon and check it out and join. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long. Take care.